Hey, you guys, it is William calling from wiwibloggs. It is a new day, a new year for Eurovision, and there is a new logo. Should we talk about it?
Let's
Let's
do
do
this.
it.
Do this.
Hello, Sinan and Lucy. We are going to dive into your opinions on the new Eurovision logo, but first, I just want to read from the EBU press release. They say, quote, from today, fans will see the Eurovision Song Contest is wearing a new look. The Eurovision Song Contest is celebrating 7 decades of being united by music. So in 2026, it's marking the event in true Eurovision style with sparkling new logos, fonts, and a colorful new brand identity. They call it playful and elegant and say this chameleon heart represents the beating heart of Eurovision. Lucy, you were on the briefing call today. First thoughts.
At first, like honestly speaking, this new logo, the first word that came to mind is it almost looked a little bit cluttered because the words song contest are a lot bigger compared to Eurovision. But it took me less than a minute to completely love it, actually. I think kind of it adds more shape to it. So when you see it as a whole, the words Eurovision Song Contest, it's got a bit more shape to it. You can recognize it as a logo rather than just the word Eurovision with small writing underneath it. It's still modern. They've kept the heart. I was so worried they were going to get rid of the heart because all these fans have little tattoos of the heart. There's so many people who have the tattoo, and I was like, "Oh no, are they gonna all these people tattoos gonna be like?" But no, they've kept the heart. And actually, on the briefing, they really talked about like Martin Green was talking about the heart being a really central focus of it. They needed to keep that heart. The heart is essentially the core piece of the logo. They couldn't change that. So they've just like kind of made that a bit bolder. And I think this is part of why the E in Eurovision is now lowercase because they want the heart to be the centerpiece of this, with the rest kind of flowing around it. And I asked in the press conference this morning, like, why is Song Contest in bigger writing? Why is it a whole piece like Eurovision Song Contest instead of just focusing on one word? And they kind of said, well, Eurovision actually covers many things. So the EBU, you have Eurovision as this subsection, and that can cover sports and it can cover all sorts of things. I think we've all seen like the football Euros or European Athletic Championships. We've seen the word Eurovision and we're like, what's Eurovision got to do with this? Eurovision isn't just a song contest. So the whole point of this is to be about the contest itself, really make it its whole thing. It's the Eurovision Song Contest. And I actually really like it in context. But I do think it is quite cluttered. There was, I think the word that kind of also came to mind, and when I spoke to you briefly, William, we kind of both discussed it. It was maybe a little bit toony, like a little childish almost.
CBBS.
Yeah, CBBS indeed. But I think kind of when you actually see it in context, the logo alone was a little bit, but when you see it in context with the new font they've got, which is a thing too, I actually think it looks really striking. And when you see it in the different sizes, so in the corner of their YouTube videos, you'll have like the watermark or something. It actually works really well when it's small as well. Uh, so no, I'm a fan actually. It took me a minute, but I'm a fan.
So, Sinan, we're going to come to you in a minute, but first, let me read from the press release. The EBU says, from logo to lettering, the new look is playful and elegant. From the smooth new cursive E in Eurovision Song Contest to the custom-made Singing Sans typeface, which will be used across our digital platforms and beyond. Sinan, what do you think of the Eurovision Song Contest logo?
Oh my gosh, like Austria, whenever Austria wins, they change the logo. Like it was changed like 10 years ago. I mean, not changed, it was more, they made it more modern and oh my God, I don't know why, but I feel like the heart is not center. I don't know why. Like maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's not center. Um
You know what? I think
it's
it's because
interesting.
the right side of the heart is higher, and so it gives you the effect that it's like not symmetrical, but it is. It's just that the right side has a bigger hump. Sorry.
Maybe because of the yeah. But.
I'm not really happy. I'm not very happy because um, I didn't know that we need a change of the logo. Like it's been what 10 years since they made like more modern and elevated it and make it, a little bit newer. I didn't know that we need that. Um, First of all, why the change, And also United by Music. Oh my gosh. Why only by music is being, not animated, but the colors are changing. I don't understand why it had to be changed as well. It looks very like Cartoon Network. Like, do you know at school those like first to third grade, the books, the children books, that kind of logo. Actually, I have a photo that I made today, and it's made by Canva, something like this.
Oh,
You know? Um, yeah, and it also has actually wiwibloggs colors.
ah,
I don't
baby.
know why, but we use those colors as well a lot. That's why. I mean, we use them like forever. So I was like, oh my gosh, wiwibloggs? Who designed this?
Well,
I thought it's a post from wiwibloggs.
this is Martin Green. He is the director of the Eurovision Song Contest. He says,
Mm.
quote, "The Eurovision Song Contest has always been about evolution, musical, cultural, and creative. This refresh honors 70 amazing years while taking the brand forward to an exciting future. It's bold, playful, and full of heart, just like the contest itself. We're so proud to unveil it to the world. Our new logo and look have been designed to make the Eurovision Song Contest brand clearer on digital platforms, bringing our family of projects all into one space and protect the brand globally for EBU members as the contest continues to attract new audiences across the world." To me, it sort of looks like the Dutch broadcaster Avro Tros, their logo, except it's a little bouncier. Um, I'd also say one concern I have when I first saw it was that I don't like when Eurovision always harks back to the past. Like the BBC has a habit of always looping, Bucks Fizz, and then you'll see vintage ABBA. And so I think for mainstream people, they associate Eurovision with the past as opposed to what we know what it is, which is something fresh and modern. And so when I first saw this logo, I was like, here we go again. More vintage branding designed by people of a certain age who think of Eurovision in the past. And like that's the main concern for me. I think it looks good. I think that it has a cohesive identity. But I'm not actually convinced it's that modern. It seems somehow nostalgic. Um, but yeah, I actually want to bring in Thomas. This is Thomas, a Weeby blogger in Lithuania. He was watching the news this morning in Lithuania, and the head of delegation had this to say.
Some hot news from Lithuania. Lithuanian producer and the head of the national delegation for LRT, Audrius Giršatas, went on a TV show this morning called Good Morning Lithuania and spoke a little bit more about the upcoming changes for the next Eurovision Song Contest. As we all know, the Eurovision is going to be celebrating its 70th edition next year in either Vienna or Innsbruck. And according to Audrius, this year the Eurovision organizers will really try to focus on bringing the Eurovision community together, improving the atmosphere around it. And one of the ways to do that is by introducing a new identity, a new branding, a new logo for the song contest.
Thank you for that, Thomas. So, in the first half of that, what I got was basically that refreshing the brand identity is, in a way, an effort to turn the page on recent controversies, according to that specific head of delegation. I mean, I think that controversies will exist regardless of what the branding is, personally. I think you can revamp all you want. If a controversy is there, changing the logo is not necessarily going to change the controversy. Do you guys think the public, the wider public, will care about this new logo?
No, no. Um, if we're gonna talk about it in the context of the controversies of the last two contests, like how tense it has been at times, people aren't gonna go, "Oh God, this is really upsetting." But hey, there's a new logo. Who's gonna do? No, if that is genuinely the aim, if that wasn't discussed at all in the press briefing today, for what it's worth. I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be, but you know, that isn't an official line at all of why they've done it. But if this is genuinely why they've done it, it's the silliest way to go about it. This isn't going to fix the controversies. They need to fix the controversies, and then, hey, yes, this friendly new, more bouncy logo will kind of take us into the future. And that's really great, actually, if they can fix the contest, because there is several things they need to do to make this a friendlier place. And, that's not gonna just be fixed by new font. Like that's not this is not gonna solve it. If that's all they're doing to fix it.
And Sinan, I want to turn to the heart itself, this little heart in the 70 that we see. To me, it looks like melted candy. For some reason, the right side of it, it's like the chocolate has oozed out from the center and spilled over. What do you make of the heart, this chameleon heart?
I mean, actually, I'm watching right now the animation, they made on that Instagram reel. I like the animation so much. I mean, the heart, how it appears and how it's like moving, the motion. I really like it. I wish maybe, if they wanted to change something, maybe change the heart. I like the heart. Maybe change only the heart and, just a little bit the font, but not the whole. I don't like that song contest is too big because, people say Eurovision. They don't say Eurovision Song Contest. Like a lot of
Mm.
people will always say, even some people say ESC, ESC, and not Eurovision Song Contest. Like they don't use the full name. Maybe EBU wants that now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But people usually say Eurovision, so I thought that was great with the old logo, but with the new one, you know. And why
Mm,
the E is so small? Like, I mean, everything is small, right? I mean, the case, lowercase, they use only lower cases,
yeah.
The um
kinda.
The Eurovision Song Contest in white, to me, it looks like a crown, like Miss Congeniality. You could see someone putting that on their head. Um,
Oh, God.
I want to read some comments from the wiwibloggs website. These are coming on a post that Lucy wrote. Min Hyun Dao says, the new logo, is so childish. Junior Eurovision Song Contest. I wouldn't say it's good for JESC, but ESC, no way. Also, bring back the old logo. That one has identity. And this is Alex. Alex says, I like the colors, but the new font is just too childish for such an event. I'm also not a fan of Song Contest being written with that size. Again, EBU is focusing on all the wrong things when they have other problems to deal with. And this is Vasilis G. Turkey introduced that heart shape to last forever. I'm not a fan of this font, though, Lucy.
I think the heart had to be there. And actually, we've seen kind of with the 70th heart, the chameleon heart thing, we've seen it in other uses in the press conference, and it's beautiful. And it's got 70 rings on it. And so each ring represents a contest, by the way. I don't know if they're going to bring that into the visual identity when we actually get to Eurovision, but that's why that's there. But the actual heart in the logo, if they got rid of that, there'd be riots outside the EBU's headquarters. They needed to keep that. That is the essence of their branding. If they got rid of that would be the stupidest decision they could make.
And
I think
something you said earlier, there would also be long lines at the tattoo removal parlor clinic because to get rid of those hearts. Sorry.
Oh my God, so
indeed, it would be quite a mess. But no, I do think the word song contest are maybe a bit too big. But when I had the context as to why, and something you just said, Sinan, like maybe that's what the EBU want people to do. It is. They were kind of saying like, well, we want, we are the Eurovision Song Contest. We're not just Eurovision. We are the Song Contest. They want people to refer to it as the contest. They don't want it to be just Eurovision. That's the whole point. Um, so, that's kind of why they've done it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, personally, but I understand why. I understand why they did it. I like the actual font, their new font they've got. So this is actually going to be the font used for good. This is going to be taken to future editions. One of the questions I asked in the press conference was, is this branding just for 2026? Not the logo, but the font that United by Music is written in. Is this just for 2026, or is this going forwards? Is this going to be in YouTube thumbnails to kind of more like to standardize them? Because year to year, the YouTube thumbnails change the design of them, right? They want to standardize that, but each year it's going to change slightly in like color scheme or ever so slight tweaks to be a combination of their thing and the host broadcasters um design input. So it's just going to standardize things going forwards. I actually
Yes.
really love the singing sons font they've got. That is their font now, is unique to them. It's not a generic font like they had before, so it's completely going to be used by them for many years to come now. So it is all about standardizing the brand identity of Eurovision. So the actual font, I love it. In the logo itself, with Song Contest being really big, I'm not a huge fan. It's similar to what we had before, but yeah, we were saying it maybe makes it look a bit cartoony. I don't love
Mhm.
that element, but the actual font, the Singing Suns, I really love it. I love the colors, and when you say Weeblocks colors, I see bisexual flag colors personally when I'm looking at it. Um, but we've got that, and I think it's a really beautiful design. I think it's one of the best from what we've seen so far, one of the best in years. I think I'm going to say it, I even prefer it to Liverpool. It's definitely better than Malmo's, which I wasn't keen on at all. Are you okay there, William?
Sorry, the lights, if I
I
don't
was on the
move,
beach.
they go
Oh,
off. Sorry,
yeah.
the sun in the beach is
I was
crazy.
like, I was like, he's
um,
trying to,
Get a coconut.
going yes in reality. No, so I prefer it to Liverpool's. Definitely prefer it to Malmo. And last year I did like the brand identity, but the font wasn't the one. And I think that maybe that comes into it because so many people have thoughts on font in the last 2 years. Are they just
Mm.
like, look, can we just create our own bloody font and just standardize it to something that we know we like? And I think that's quite a smart move actually, because last year's font really wasn't good.
I think, sorry, William. I think they will change the United by Music font every year as
They said they're
they
not.
did until now. Real,
That is the
come
font
on,
now.
at least that.
Yeah,
That
that is
was,
their font.
like compromising the slogan. We don't have any slogans anymore, only, the United by Music. I thought that was nice. Every year they change the United by Music font, which, gave that year its own identity and, branding and stuff. Oh, I don't like
We'll
the
have
United by Music font as well.
I actually want to bring in Burak. Burak is a wee blogger in Turkey who works as a graphic designer. He sent us this video.
First of all, I have to say this, the color choice is amazing. It's so bright, so lively. It reflects Eurovision's energy very, very well. And you know what else I love more? The heart logo being used as a zero in the 70. That's so clever. I love how the font looks smooth and nice. And I'm really curious that if the heart logo made it in the 70 layers to represent 70 years of Eurovision, that's so good.
And we're talking about this Chameleon Heart and things changing, not changing. This is from the EBU press release. Quote, paired with the new logo is a new graphic asset, the Chameleon Heart, the Eurovision Song Contest emotional compass, absorbing cultural influences, music, and movement. It adapts to reflect the host nation's identity, a performer's individuality, or a particular theme, while remaining unmistakably Eurovision. Lucy, did you see this heart in motion?
Yeah, so they were still images, but you could see different kind of examples of what people can do. And the one that really stuck in my mind was like a floral arrangement almost. It had like a grassy look to it. It had different flowers kind of through the heart. It was this, yeah, very botanical look. So, if a country wanted to go off, every country has like a national flower or something like that. If somebody wanted to incorporate the national identity, I mean, one that comes to mind is 2017's design. They had the different beads. You could put the different designs around the different. And I do wonder, because they specifically said a quote from it was, there is a rung on this heart, like there is a layer in this heart for every iconic past contest. So I wonder if they will have something with something iconic from each. Actually, I remember them saying something about like the keychain exchange thing at the host when they do the allocation. I wonder if they'll have that heart, and each contest will have its own something to do with the design from that year. That would be nice. But yeah, so you have all these different examples.
It's giving me the vibe of sort of a chocolate box set where all the chocolates have little different fillings, but they kind of have a general vibe to them. And so
Yeah.
it's not actually limiting because it's a chameleon can change. It's quite freeing in a way. So we talk about always having the same thing, but this seems to give them host countries a bit of wiggle room to like showcase their creativity.
Yeah, I mean, they were very clear that this isn't going to make everything generic and boring. It's not. The host countries, it's basically just take some responsibility off the host broadcasters. I think was something Martin said because there's so much pressure when you're hosting. It's just to take a little bit of that pressure off. But it is they're going to be able to make it individual. They're going to be combining Eurovision Song Contests branding with their own. It's like a combined effort to make something standardized. It's not going to be dull every time. They're still going to be exciting.
It's kind of like that theme of making Eurovision more sustainable. Like, if you don't have to spend a ton of money on mega branding, you do save a bit of coin. So I guess it feeds into all of that as well. Now, I want to read you the most voted for comments on the wiwibloggs Instagram. And as ever, our followers are salty honey with a little bit of sugar in there. This is Alex Badkey. No, too playful for my taste. Austria deserves something more classic. Ginger Copes, hey Ginger Copes, writes, inspired by Comic Sans MS. Home of the Gordo shares a gif of Steve Carroll saying, no, 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 God, please, no, no. W. Visserberg says, I don't know, feels generic and AI generated, a total miss. And Edu Pikazab shares a gif of Peter Griffin wringing his own neck and falling to the floor. Rebel Addict says it looks like Junior Eurovision. Jerome Knowles says it's impressively bad. And I need to find a positive comment. Wait a minute. Okay, these comment. Okay, Holy May Ross says, but we aren't really united by music. Also, that looks like something I made on my school project 2003 with MacBook. Okay, well, here's a positive comment. Christopher Thomas says, it's kind of cute. I kind of like it. I want to like it, but I'm struggling to commit to liking it because I just think there could have been better options.
Oh my
Sinan.
gosh.
I'm just going to throw it
Um,
out there though. Like fans just everybody's going to complain and we will get used to it really quickly. When we
Yeah.
first see it, everybody look, we can be a salty as hell community sometimes. And people are like I say, like the first time I saw it, I was like, that's a bit childish. It took me less than a minute, all right. Like we will end up liking it. We just will. We just don't like change sometimes as a community. So I do think there'll be
mhm.
loads of negativity because something that we love has changed, right? But we will get used to it.
All right, well, let's round this up. Sinan, what are your final thoughts on the new branding logo?
All right, first impression, bad. I mean, I'm not very excited, but as Lucy said, new things are usually, we need a little bit time, but I'm very hopeful and I have faith in those animations, the heart. I think they will make a great animation and it will look even better on, posters, I don't know, like press badge or like merchandise and on the stage even, and also the intros and everything if we talk about motion design because logo is logo, but if you don't design it, if you don't motion design it, it won't look, amazing. I mean, it will look as it is, like a logo. And at Eurovision, it's a TV show, and I'm sure they will make it, I don't know, show-stopping motion designs and stuff.
Lucy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think once the first impression calls off for everybody, people are actually going to really embrace this, I think. And just everybody just give it just a little bit of time and wait to see it in context, because I saw it a bit in context today and it's lovely. It's really nice when you put it into context. And I just want to say, for the 2026 specific stuff with the 70 with that heart, it's beautiful. It's some of the best color schemes and branding and all that we've had for a little while. I think Liverpool's was very good, but it's definitely better than Malmo and Basel's. I think it's just going to be really gorgeous. And when you see how this heart works, all these different options that they can do with it, I'm waiting for the EBU to release that, because it would do them a lot of good right now, where people are maybe having a bad first impression. Just wait until you see it properly in context. It's lovely. So just give it time. You'll like it. And the main thing is they kept the heart. And I'm happy about it.
And you mentioned Liverpool there. This is in the press release as well. The Eurovision Song Contest brand refresh has been created by the European Broadcasting Union in collaboration with British branding studio PALS, P-A-L-S, who also worked on the brand strategy for Liverpool 2023. And I thought the Liverpool branding was amazing, particularly in motion. So just to unite your comments there, I think we will love this when we see it in motion in full. And also, I really like the colors, to be honest. There's something about the colors that's just very, I don't know, it's giving me candy, it's giving me sweetness, it's giving me warmth. Not a fan of nostalgia throwbacks, that's just my personal taste. But yeah, I'm feeling the colors. Well, look, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you a fan of the Chameleon Heart? Do you love the logo? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Don't forget, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell to see all the latest news and reviews and interviews.
And follow us on every social media platform. We are there.
And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.